And don't fool yourself into thinking all the communists of the past were these poor, downtrodden workers just trying to do best for their fellow peasants. No, oftentimes the leaders of these movements were rich kids, wealthy, privileged. The wealthy and privileged often, always end up siding with the communists because, as the old saying goes, it's better to be at the right hand of the devil than in his path. And we have these people all over the country. We have violent street communist groups like Antifa and Black Lives Matter openly declaring they're communists. It's not as if these people hide this at all. They're not even interested in hiding it. The Black Lives Matter co-founder described herself as, quote, a trained Marxist. And what do? Well, they destroy. That's what socialism does. That's what communism does. You've seen all the footage. Burning cities, dead people. That's not some kind of abnormality. That's what communism does. It destroys everything. And I do mean everything. It destroys a lot more than buildings. Communism destroys comedy, movies. Communism destroys families. Communism destroys wealth. Communism destroys militaries. Look, you don't believe me when it comes to things like comedy? How many late night shows you watch now? Remember when we were growing up? It used to be Leno and Letterman or Johnny Carson, or depending on how old you were. And you could always tune in if your parents let you stay up a little bit late for 10 minutes and hear a couple funnies. Have you seen these guys now? They sound like politicians every night, railing against the right, pushing socialism all over the place. We have open people doing it. Rashida Tlaib, quote, "It wasn't an accident. Policing in our country is inherently and intentionally racist. Dante Wright was met with aggression and violence. I am done with those who condone government-funded murder. No more policing, incarceration, and militarization. It can't be reformed." Well, how's that socialism? Well, that's what they always say. They always use something as an excuse to take away your defense of anything, because these people do think you deserve to be hurt. They do. It's unbelievable to me that one of the major candidates running for office, Bernie Sanders, was openly a socialist and had a huge following. Remember Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders was winning that primary until the Democratic Party kicked everyone out and made them all gather behind Joe. AOC, one of, if not the most popular member of Congress on the Democratic side, an open socialist. An open socialist. Here she is.
I do think that the Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had. I'll be frank, I think a lot of us expected a much more conservative administration.
Yeah, I didn't, because I was paying attention. And I know that we don't have a functioning adult right now in the White House. And that's what's so scary about this communism, socialism thing. You heard Trump at the beginning of our show. We will never be a socialist country, a communist country. Maybe he's right. Maybe we won't. But one thing I know for sure, by the time Biden's administration is done, we're going to be a lot closer to being a socialist or communist nation than we are now. We just simply are. We are not going to be able to slow down this freight train over the next 4 years. We're just not. Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me. Thanks.